are you going to go on?
Can you put it up higher? Your sound I can't hear.
Uh-oh. How about now? No?
No, it's just very low. Mine's up as high as I can get it.
Can you hear me, Laura?
Well, from a distance, but is the phone right by you?
No, it's by Rich and I.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry. Maybe it'll be better if you mute it. I don't know. I hope so. Okay.
Heather, did you have a nice break?
6:01, I'll call the meeting to order.
Good.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Ray?
Here.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Here.
Mrs. Coons?
Here.
Mr. Reichner?
Here.
Ms. Anderson?
Here.
And Mrs. Cochran is on the phone.
Thank you. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay,
We need to make a motion to excuse Ms. Cochran.
please.
I
I'll
second.
do so.
Okay, for a
Getting a
second,
lot
roll
of
call,
feedback
please.
in this room.
Despite being on the phone. Thanks.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reichner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Thank you. We're looking next for a motion to accept minutes from December 16th, 2024 public hearing and December 16th, 2024 council meeting as prepared and, as presented and not read, please.
I make a motion to accept meetings from December 16th, 2024 public hearing and December 16th, 2024 council meeting as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reichner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
She must give up. We're looking next for a motion to accept purchase orders from December 14th, 2024 to December 31st, 2024 totaling $9,773.19 as presented and not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept purchase orders from December 14th, 2024 to December 31st, 2024, totaling $9,773.19 as presented and not read.
I second.
Roll call.
Mr. Reichner?
Here.
Ms.
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
I didn't hear you say my name.
Oh,
I just heard
sorry.
Mr. Eitner and I was, okay.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Richard,
Thank
do you want me to try to call Laura on my
Go
phone?
ahead and call.
I got her.
Oh,
You
you
did?
got her? Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. We're looking next for a motion to accept bills from December 14th, 2024 to December 31st, 2024 totaling $471,630.40 as presented and not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept bills from December 14th, 2024, December 31st, 2024, totaling $471,630.40 as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reichner?
Yes.
Thank you. We're looking next for a motion to accept December 2024 DOPS delinquency report as presented and not read.
I'll make a motion to accept December 2024 DOPS delinquency reports as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reichner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Okay, reading of ordinances and resolutions, please.
Resolution number 7421-2025, a resolution accepting the resignation of Stephen Kagarick as a full-time patrolman with the Lakemore Police Department. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council regretfully accepts the resignation of Stephen Kagarick as a full-time patrolman with the Lakemore Police Department and thanks him for his service. Section 2, it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the adoption of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all such deliberations of this council and any of its committees that resulted in formal action were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the High Revised Code. Section 3, this resolution is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, peace, and safety of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this resolution shall take effect on January 8th, 2025. Resolution number 7422-2025, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Summit County and the city of Akron to remain a user in the Summit County Akron Regional Radio System. Whereas the Village of Lakemore requires to partake in a county-wide regional radio system, and whereas Summit County and the City of Akron provide such a communication system. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, the mayor is hereby authorized to enter into a contract with Summit County and the City of Akron Municipal Court for the period commencing May 1st, 2024, and will remain in effect for 5 years. Section 2, as a user, the Village of Lakemore agrees to pay a membership fee of $20 per month per radio. The membership fee will be invoiced in advance of a semi-annual basis. Section 3, a copy of this contract is attached here to and made part of as the fully written herein. Section 4, this resolution is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, peace, and safety of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this resolution shall take effect immediately. Resolution number 7423-2025, a resolution approving the village administrator to apply for a grant through the Great Lakes Environmental Justice Thriving Communities Grant-Making Program. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council approves the village administrator to apply for a grant through the Great Lakes Environmental Justice Thriving Communities Grant-Making Program. Section 2, it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the passage of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all deliberations of this council or any of its committees that resulted in such formal actions were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 3, this resolution is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, peace, and safety of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this resolution should take effect immediately. Resolution number 7424-2024, a resolution accepting the proposal from Hammond Associates, LTD, for professional engineering services for the 2nd Street water line replacement. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council accepts proposal from Hammond Associates Limited to perform professional surveying and engineering services for the design and construction of a water line to replace the existing one on 2nd Street. Section 2, the estimate for these services is $49,000. The proposal is attached here to and made part of as if fully written herein. Section 3, it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the adoption of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all such deliberations of this council and any of its committees that resulted in formal action were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 4 of this resolution is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, peace, and safety of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this resolution should take effect immediately. Resolution number 7425-2025, a resolution of necessity adopted by the Village of Lakemore and certified to County Auditor for a replacement 4.75 mil fire levy. Whereas the Village of Lakemore must adopt a resolution declaring it necessary to levy a tax outside the 10 mil limitation and requesting the county auditor to certify to the taxing authority the proposed rate of the tax expressed in mils for each $1 of taxable value and the dollar amount of revenue to be generated by the proposed tax. Whereas it is imperative that the village have sufficient funding for purposes of providing and maintaining a fire station and site thereof, fire apparatus, appliances, ambulances, and fire equipment, providing for payment of permanent, part-time, or volunteer firefighters and other emergency services. Whereas the village desires to enact and receive voter approval for a replacement 4.75 mil 5-year fire levy, and whereas such a levy is authorized by Sections 5705.19a and 5705.03b of the Ohio Revised Code. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, Ohio. Section 1, that is hereby found, determined, and declared that it is imperative that the village have sufficient funding for purposes of providing for payment of permanent, part-time, or volunteer firefighters and other emergency services. Section 2, the village desires to replace a 5-year levy and the amount of 4.75 mil replacement for every dollar of valuation. Section 3, that the replacement 4.75 mil levy, would be for the purpose of providing for payment of permanent, part-time, or volunteer firefighters and other current expenses. Said levy is authorized and pursuant to Sections 5705.19a of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 4. The tax is levied upon the entire territory of the Village of Lakemore. Section 5. That the question of levying the replacement tax be submitted to the electors of the village, the primary election to be held at the usual voting places within the village on the 6th day of May, 2025. Section 6. The ballot measure shall be submitted to the entire territory of the Village of Lakemore. Section 7. That the levy be placed on the tax list for the entire 2025 tax year and years beyond and be collected starting January 1st, 2026. Section 8. The Village of Lakemore has territory in Summit County. Section 9. This resolution is hereby declared to be an emergency measure for the peace, health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this resolution shall take effect immediately. Resolution number 7426-2025, a resolution requesting that the Summit County Fiscal Officer make an advance payment of tax funds for tax year 2024 payable in 2025 to the Village of Lakemore Treasury. Whereas Ohio Revised Code Section 321.34 authorizes local authorities to receive an advancement of local funds and/or taxes from the county fiscal officer when the local authority requests such advancement through resolution. And whereas the Village of Lakemore will benefit now receiving advanced funds to afford current expenditures. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio, Section 1, that the Council of the Village of Lakemore hereby requests that the Summit County Fiscal Officer make an advance payment of tax funds for tax year 2024, payable in 2025 to the Village of Lakemore. Section 2, that the Village of Lakemore Fiscal Officer is hereby authorized and directed to forward a copy of this resolution to the Summit County Fiscal Officer. Section 3, that it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the passage of this resolution were adopted at an open meeting of this council, and that all deliberations of this council or any of its committees that resulted in such formal actions were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 4. This resolution is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore and shall take effect and be enforced immediately. Ordinance number 1879-2025, an ordinance to amend Ordinance 1833-2023, make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Lakemore, State of Ohio, during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council approves to increase appropriations in General Fund $37,045 for the AFG grant supplies. Lakemore Fire EMS Grant Fund 2052, $6,000 for AFG grant supplies. Water Operating Fund 5101, $3,167,549.50 from OPWC for the 6th, 7th, and Frank Street project, and from OWDA for the new water storage tower. Sewer Operating Fund 5201, $916,204.21 from OPWC for the 6th, 7th, and Frank Street project, from OWDA for the sanitary sewer Phase 1 project, and for salaries. Section 2, Council approves to increase the revenues in Lakemore Fire EMS Grant Fund 2052, $6,000 for AFG grant supplies. Water Operating Fund 5101, $3,167,549.50 from OPWC for the 6th, 7th, and Frank Street project, and from OWDA for the new water storage tower. Sewer Operating Fund 5201, $909,204.21 from OPWC from the 6th, 7th, and Frank Street project, and from OWDA for the sanitary sewer Phase 1 project. Section 3, Treasury for payments from any of the foregoing appropriations upon receiving proper certificates and vouchers therefore approved by the board or officers authorized by law to approve the same, or an ordinance or resolution of council to make the expenditures, provided that no warrant shall be drawn or paid for salaries or wages except to persons employed by authority of and in accordance with law or ordinance. It shall be provided further that the appropriations for contingencies can only be expended upon appeal of 2/3 vote of council for items of expense constituting a legal obligation against the village for purposes other than those covered by other specific appropriations herein made. Section 4, this ordinance is hereby declared to be an emergency measure necessary for the immediate preservation of the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the village of Lakemore, Ohio. Therefore, this ordinance should go into effect immediately.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move next into the mayor's report. I don't have much, but I would like to say that I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas and a happy and blessed New Year. And I hope that 2025 is a beautiful and blessed year for everyone. And I was able, over the last week or so, to go out and deliver 20 Mayor's Awards to the best and brightest, most decorated homes in Lakemore. And I just wanted to say, for the third year in a row, the Zabalas on South Street have knocked it out of the park. They, the kids, especially on tree lighting night, the kids very much enjoy having, whether it be the horse-drawn carriage or the little train, drive them by there, and they very much enjoy the display that Bertie and Dean put together every year. So they've been on the Mayor's Award list, or recipient of the award, or some sort of award from me all 5 years that I've been mayor. I started this my first year. So there were two other homes. 2669 Sanitarium Road has received a Mayor's Award all 5 years, and so has 1527 Sunnyside. So I want to say thanks to everybody who worked so hard to make Lakemore, merry and bright and festive for all the families in the community. People do appreciate that. And next year, listen to me, next week, or next meeting, I'm thrilled to be giving the Volunteer of the Year Award. I will make that announcement, and I will also be giving 5 Lakemore Beautification Awards from the year 2024. So that's coming up next meeting. I hope I'll have some cake and punch to celebrate that. That's always a good night. So that's all I have. We'll move into council report. Mr. Ray, please.
Cool. So I want to first just announce that our next council meetings are going to be Tuesday, January 21st and February 3rd. Both those are going to be at 6 p.m. here in the council room. And then I just want to shout out to our road crew. It's been a rough week for snow, and they kill it. Lakemore's roads are among some of the best around. Sure. They're small but mighty, and I'm sure they put in a lot of hours. And it doesn't go unnoticed. I appreciate them so much. So that's all for me.
Thanks. And John?
I'd just like to remind everybody that the Springfield Lakemore Cable Channel 1023 does provide access to local government meetings, programming, and information for community events. You can find them on Spectrum Channel 1023. You can also find their Facebook to get more information. There's a lot of, you can go online and get them at Springfield Lakemore Channel 1023 on X, or formerly Twitter. Also on Springfield Lake 1 and the blog, and their blog at Springfield Lakemore Channel 1023 News and Views. Some of the current programming that's going on right now is they have the 2024 Portage Lakes Career Christmas Light Showcase, Springfield Township's Trustees Special Organizational Meeting, Springfield Board of Educational Monthly Meeting, the Village of Lakemore's regular meetings, and Springfield Township's Holiday Program. And that'll be all I got.
Thanks, John. Vicki?
I actually don't have much either. I was actually gonna shout out the road guys too. So shout out to our guys who always have Lakemore clean. I kind of take pride in that. I'm always like, Lakemore is always on top of it.
Truly.
They really are compared to other places. So I was just gonna shout out our guys, and I also just wanted to say I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. I enjoyed my break so much. I know that teachers and kids went back to school today, and that was rough, not getting a snow day. In fact, my son said that they had a pretty easy day today. The teachers did not want to do much. So that's all. I just wanted to say I hope everyone had a great break and back to reality. That's all.
I would also like to reiterate what Ray, Sam, and Nikki said about the road crews. Lakemore's roads are in really good shape. Being on council for 1 year now, is very appreciative that they keep our roads clear. I would like to also announce that the Lakemore Food Pantry at the Methodist Church will be on the last Wednesday of the month, 29th, 4:30 to 6. And don't forget to recycle your cardboard. It helps fund the food bank. So that's all I have.
Thanks,
Thanks, Ed.
Heather.
Alrighty. Did you do the workshops or just meetings?
Just the meetings.
That's what I thought. Okay, so the next council workshops will be January 14th and January 28th, both at 6 p.m. here in the council room. I also would like to remind everyone, since it's a new year, we're gonna be starting, for the new year with our taxes that come in for the roads and stuff. So if you go to the DMV, especially if you are in the 44312, make sure that they have Lakemore as where your tax dollars go to, because that helps our roads. So if they have you as Akron, that money that you are spending is going towards Akron roads. And we want to make sure that, our residents are getting what they're paying for. So, when they're paying for their license, it comes here. So, and I just want to wish everybody a, wonderful 2025 coming up. We got the rest of the year. Let's hope everybody makes the best of it and enjoys and has a great 2025.
That's right.
I forgot one thing, sorry. I just wanted to welcome Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
yeah, that
finally
is a
open.
big deal.
Love
Yeah.
it. I've got to
I'm
go a
said-
few times.
Yeah,
What's
I'm
open?
excited for
Planet
it.
Fitness
So
is
it's
open
good to
in Lakemore
see
Plaza.
more things opening up there. I see them working in Save-A-Lot as well. I don't know what's going to become of that, but hopefully,
It'd be great
Litigation.
if there was another little
hopefully there's something
store.
else. But
Yeah,
excited to see a bigger thing like Planet Fitness in there. It looks very nice.
it is. It's very nice. It's
Okay.
fancy.
Anything else? Do you have a report?
Yes. So, thank you to my guys. They have been working a lot overtime. Sorry, Megan. Not just the roads, water breaks. Mr. Strip Matter could attest. The one that I think that they were going to camp out.
They're in my yard,
Yeah.
He's out there
I
feeding
offered
them
making
soup.
coffee, but I didn't have water.
I took a pizza.
Yeah.
But it's been a little rough, and it probably isn't going to be done. The new water tower, though, a lot of people have made comments that they've noticed more water pressure, but with that comes that water pressure will find the weak spots.
Yes.
But we are working on replacing the water line on 2nd Street, which is going to be a godsend. United Survey has been out lining the sewer lines in the Phase 1 area, which most is the numbered streets, Lake Road, that area. So that's a huge improvement. Harry Miller, H.M. Miller, they and their crew in Dominion have started on the Michaels Fairdale Danforth project, water line, sewer line, storm roads. So that'll be a huge improvement too. Plowing the roads, I'm just gonna ask, if you see a forecast that there's snow coming, please don't park in the roads, and please pull your basketball hoops and whatever other recreational items you might have along the edge of the road, because there's a good chance that the plow truck's going to catch it. And if there's a car in the road, there's a good chance they're just not going to do that road if it's close enough. Our trucks are big, our roads are small, and especially if it's nighttime or in the morning, the sun hasn't come out yet, it can be really hard judging if the snow's already started falling. They're not going to put our plow truck in the ditch, because once it starts going, it's gone, because they're so heavy. And I don't want to hit anybody's car. And they did take out some basketball hoops today, so. So just remember, I mean, parking, I know can be really difficult in our community. Everybody's always welcome to park in any of our parking lots. If you can just kind of give us a heads up, we'd appreciate it. But parking in the roads, man, they're so narrow. They would rather just miss the whole street than tear up somebody's car, so.
Don't be that one neighbor that parks in the way of the snowplow and then they can't get around.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
It's hard on our smaller streets.
But
so
we're doing
there's-
good, and the one grant that I'm applying for, Summit Soil's helping me with that. It is to help Springfield Lake. We're hoping to afford some of the special sampling, of the surface, the soil under the water, as well as maybe some buoys that can help do continuous monitoring of different things, so we're hoping for it. So, that's it.
Okay, I had two events that I should have mentioned also that I didn't, but I will now. Hopefully they'll make the paper. A free skating party on Martin Luther King Day from 10 to 12 at the Springfield Lake Roller Rink. Skates are $3.50, I think, but admission is free. And also the Rotary Club of Port Summit is hosting a quarter auction at the Event Center in Ellet on February 1st. It's a Saturday. So that's going to be a fun event too. We're looking for baskets. If you have any baskets, you can contact me or Tracy. We'll be happy to come pick them up. And we're looking forward to a fun event at both the skating party and at the quarter auction.
You say that was February 1st?
Yes.
Saturday, yeah.
What time on that?
Doors open at 5 and
5.
the auction starts at 6.
6.
I'll be there to help.
Yay.
You can put me to work.
Thank
The
you.
Rotary helped with ours, so I'm gonna go help with
Yeah.
theirs.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nikki.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And that's all I think we have for reports. Anyone else? Sam, John, Heather, Ed, Nikki? No. Okay, all right. We're gonna move into new business. Nobody appearing before council. We'll move into new business. Mr. Ray with 2, Mr. Stripmatter with 2, and Mr. Acken with 2. So take it away, guys.
Sounds good. First up, I want to make a motion to adopt resolution 7426-2025, a resolution requesting that the Summit County Fiscal Officer make an advance payment of tax funds for tax year 2024 payable in 2025 to the Village of Lakemore Treasury. But first, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the 3 reads.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Second the original.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Alright. Second up, I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 1879-2025. This is an ordinance to amend ordinance 1833-2023, make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Lakemore, State of Ohio, during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024. But first, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the 3 reads on this one.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
And the original?
I'll second the original also.
Thanks, Heather. Roll call, please.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
All right. I would like to make a motion to adopt resolution number 7423-2025, a resolution approving the village administrator to apply for a grant through the Great Lakes Environmental Justice Thriving Communities Grant-Making Program. First, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with 3 reads.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes. I'll second the original as well.
Thanks again, Heather. Roll call, please.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution number 7424-2025, a resolution accepting the proposal from Hammond Tree and Associates Limited for professional engineering services for the 2nd Street waterline replacement. But first, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the 3 reads.
And second.
Roll call.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reichner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
I'll second the original.
Thanks, Sam. Roll call, please.
Mr. Reichner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
I would like a motion to, make a motion to adopt resolution 741-2025, a resolution accepting the resignation of Stephen Garlick as full-time patrolman with the Lakemore Police Department. But first, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the 3 readings.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reichner?
Yes.
I'll second the original.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Sadly, yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Sadly, yes.
Mr. Reichner?
Yes.
Mrs. Anderson?
Fortunately, yes, he was a wonderful officer and he will be missed. Love him to death.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Mr. Reiner.
I would like to make a motion to adopt resolution 7422-2025, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter a contract with Summit County and the city of Akron to remain user in the Summit County Akron Regional Radio System. But first, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the 3 readings.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reichner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Second the original.
Thanks, John. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reichner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Seeing no reason for an executive session, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Roll call.
Before we adjourn, can I say something, please?
No.
Well, I'm going to. I also wanted to, with Officer Kukarik, a very safe job. I know he's in the same career that he was in here, going to a different department. So I wish him good luck and safety, and I want to thank him. He was an asset to the village, and I appreciate all of Officer Kukarik's service to us. And that's it.
Absolutely.
You guys can adjourn.
Thanks, Laura. Roll call.
Mr. Reichner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Motion, or meeting adjourned 6:33.
All right. Thank you,
Thank you,
Laura.
Steve.